so many things going on, but even still, that doesn't preclude us from the fall season being upon us. We've had the summer, kind of the moving season. Perhaps you've transitioned from one home to the next, and you have bought it thinking, man, we're gonna do this thing up. So it's time to update perhaps your counters, your flooring, whatever, your bathrooms, your kitchens. The best place to go, Surfaces USA. Good morning, Jen.
Good morning. How are you?
It's a bit of wonderfulness out there, as you well know. We've been keeping busy, but you have too as well, right?
Yep. We're on the move. We're constantly getting things happening in the showroom. We just brought in a bunch of new slabs just in time for this kind of push of the holiday season coming up, and I know it still seems Thanksgiving and Christmas might be a little bit far away, but with the remodel industry, we need to get this going now.
Plan now. You got family coming out. You want to make sure that everything is in place. You don't want to have to try and make your Thanksgiving dinner out of your bathroom or anything like that. Right?
Exactly.
And this is true. And, we talk about this on a regular basis, but I find it very fascinating, people who want to try to do the DIY thing. And I was even looking at, in my house I'm renting right now, but I was looking at the floor thinking, what if I were to replace this? And I couldn't even fathom, trying to put flooring down on my own, measuring it out, trying to get it right. I know that I would screw it up.
It's a science. It doesn't seem like it should be that difficult, but there's a lot of math that goes into it, a lot of science to make sure that you don't have any funny cuts when you come walking in your front entryway and that everything looks even and intentional. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. And unless you have a lot of time on your hands and a lot of patience and a little extra money to cover the oops factor, it's just so much better to let us do it.
Exactly. And I've seen those done badly, and it's just it's like the thing you would walk in every single time you would see it and remind you of how you should have hired a professional. And speaking of which, now you are a professional designer.
I am. I'm actually an interior designer.
So you've got that going for you, and Surfaces USA has that going for them, so that you can come in and actually give professional advice as to what for
Absolutely.
people who either don't know what they want or people who think they know what they want, but maybe didn't.
And a lot of times it's just the reassurance. They have an idea, they've seen something, everybody loves Pinterest, everybody loves their HGTV, and they've seen something, but they're not quite sure if they can pull it off. It might be outside of their comfort zone. They're not quite sure how to combine this new style they're going for with the existing, because not everybody can redo everything at once. If you're coming in for a kitchen, you want it to be updated, you want it to not look like everybody else's, but they're not quite sure how to incorporate their pre-existing dining room table and their existing floors if they're not redoing that. So that's the nice thing about us, is we're not just there to, that looks good, this is great. We can actually have reason behind it and help you pull it all together professionally.
And that's important. Speaking of professionally, of course, you have your own contractors that work under your purview, so
yes.
You're not subcontracting out or
Correct.
Pulling anybody in who you have not, quote unquote, vetted, right?
Right. And part of the thing is what I try and do is I try and keep the guys working for us who is somebody I would have in my home. And most of the guys have done work in my own home, and I've known them for years. We do background checks on them. We know who's in and out of the houses, and that's just a little bit of reassurance, so you don't have to question who's in my house. It's it can be uncomfortable, and it's very personal for anybody to open their doors and let us in.
That's true.
So we try and respect that to the highest degree.
Outstanding. And of course, whether or not you purchased a 60-plus-year-old home, and like the Benelli homes in Saugus, or maybe something that still looks like it's dated in the 1960s from Old Orchard, which there are some of those.
There still are some.
And or even new construction where you don't want to go with the builder, the developer, because they kind of charge a lot.
Yeah.
And so it's an opportunity for you to be able to, no matter where you're at, no matter what kind of home you've moved into, even if it's a condo or a giant ranch style home, you guys are ready to take
We are. And just to keep going with the new trends, we are the only slab yard in the Santa Clarita Valley. So to keep up with the trends and the ever-changing styles, and everybody wants white granite right now and marble, we've brought in a ton of new slabs in just the last month. So we have just so much amazing, beautiful inventory. And we're ready to kind of help everybody who's either moved into a new home, ready to update, things, people have decided to stay in their home, make some changes. And so we're just we're ready to help, and we love it. We absolutely love helping people bring their visions into fruition. And of course, your showroom located on the Old Road in Castaic. You can find out more by going to surfacesusa.com/Castaic. See all the stuff that's there. Get some awesome advice from Jen, and set it up and start now. Yes,
because
please.
The holidays are coming up, And again, it's really tough to where are you going to put that turkey when you don't have a kitchen counter?
Exactly.
You know?
Please start now.
All right, let's break out the lawn chairs and the TV trays for everybody for Thanksgiving. We don't want that.
No.
So, Jen, always a pleasure to have you come out.
Thank
Again,
you.
surfacesusa.com/Castaic. And I know you have a phone number as well.
Sure. It is 661-775-9404.
Outstanding. So good luck and continued success, and call Jen.